welcome to another vlog, vlog week 32. My name is The Star. I am The Star Crochet, and I make and sell crochet and knit clothing and accessories for men, women, children, and babies. I noticed that at last week's vlog I forgot to mention the intro. So anyway, hi, and I said the intro. So for this week's vlog, I don't want to have to mention that too much, but I am starting a new project. I finished the project of the men's pants or the men's trousers, or whichever you would prefer to say it. So I have it linked in the Etsy listing is linked in the description box below. And I'm working on something different now. This is currently a 3 to 6 months baby hat. And so I'm making hats right now as we are preparing for the fall winter seasons, and we're getting into the fall right now, being September, and it's like the 13th right now, Friday the 13th. I like the number 13. I think it's not a bad number, but some people don't like it, some people like it. Everyone's different. So this is my work in progress right now. It looks like a house, the way that the DPNs are set right now, but this is the start of the hat because I have already finished the size 0 to 3 months baby hats, and this is the section right here that I am working on right now. So I start with the knitting and then I go on with the crochet section. As you can see, the pattern right here that I am using, I don't know if it is a name for it, but I'm practically using the smock stitch, but I am not using it in a terms of forming it as diamonds. I am using it in a term of stacking it on each other. Not the diamond way, but just on each other. Like, do you see what I mean? How this is like one, 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 one. You know what I mean? And sorry, the change of weather here, it's clogging up my nose because it's just raining, hot, and so we're getting into that season now. But anyway, come along on this journey with me of crocheting / knitting hats, and we'll see how far I come along with this week-long journey. So with the yarn that I have that I will be using this 100% acrylic yarn that I got from Michaels. It is the Loops and Threads version of the Pound of Love yarn, and I don't recall exactly what that is named, but that's okay. So this is like a plum type of color, and I will be using the whole project that I will be doing this in is like this plum color, and then I will be doing this in like a grass green type of color with the same type of yarn, which is, you know, the Loops and Threads version of the Pound of Love. So I'm grabbing more yarn that I will be using. I put them into cakes of the first Pound of Love version skein worth, and that is these 4 right here cakes that I was able to wind up. So I'm starting with all this yarn right here, and then I have just one more skein that I will be working with of that big size. And we'll see how far along I can get. I want to say that I can go all the way from 0.3 months to the size large of adults. So I have the measurements right here on my little pattern page that I have, and I always use these sheet protectors on every pattern that I write, because the way that I write patterns is very difficult. It is not the standard way that crocheters or knitters write their patterns. That is why I don't typically have pattern videos or pattern releases in terms of videos or PDFs or anything. Also because it is kind of difficult for me to form them. And this whole project consists of 11 different types of sizes when it comes to these types of beanies, and the way that I assemble them is that I start from all the way down here, of course the knitted way, and then I crochet all the way up here, give myself a good 2 rows of single crochet only, and then I put a yarn weave yarn all the way through every stitch on the top section, and then I close it together like that. You know, I tighten the row on the very top, and then I close this hole up here. And I feel for these types of hats that I will not be including a little puff ball. I have some good news. I finished my 3 to 6 month beanie in the plum color that I was working with when it comes to crocheting the baby beanies, or just the beanies for all sizes. And this is what it looks like. This is the top of it. I did the top 2 rows of just a single crochet, so that way I was able to cinch the very top of it shut and then work on closing the top as well. So this is what it looks like as a beanie. And then this is like the inside of it. It's really small and it's so cute, isn't it? And then this is the design right here. Beautiful design. So I halted this project because I was I'm trying to word it correctly. I was a little burnt out of crochet. And I decided to start knitting. So I am knitting a sweater, and it's just a sweater. I'm not sure what size or anything, or just much about it, but I never knit a sweater before correctly. You may have seen in past vlog videos that I had started from the bottom up, but I never finished that all the way. I undid every part of that sweater and I threw the rest away because it did not look good. So now I just am trying along with a video, and then after I do this a couple of times with a couple of colors, then I would be able to sell it after I altered a little bit to make it my own. And I'm excited for this because it's going along really well. And this is what it looks like. Here's my little stitch markers, and I'm using a 4-weight yarn and 100% acrylic, so worsted weight. And I'm also preparing myself for my next month's yarn purchase. I originally thought that I wanted to order $200 worth of yarn, but no, I wanted to tell myself that I just want to order $100 of yarn next month. And we'll see where that goes. I want to order from Hirschner's, but I do not want to say what yarn I want to get exactly until there is a yarn on unboxing that I have to show you all. And that is the update for now. It's another day, and I thought I would show everyone what I have updated as far as the crochet project and the knit project, the knit sweater and the crochet beanies. So I have this beanie right here. This one is the 6 to 12 month beanie, and it is not complete. I actually have just started it very recently, and this is the right side. I was holding it upside down actually when I showed you guys at first, but anyway, this is the right side of it. So this is what it looks like so far. I have just begun the design actually when it comes to the progress of the design, and I'm working on shaping the design on the second row right here, and that's what I have these loops that you can see, the tall vertical loops right here, is because I have yet to treat it like a smock stitch. And so I have this right now. I don't have it very tall, but I just started not even an hour ago when it comes to this hat. Now with this sweater right here, I when it comes to projects in general, I have learned to just put my mental health first and then take my time when it comes to working on these projects, and that I know I don't need to rush. There's no need to rush. I don't have, a time that I need to finish all of these by. I don't have a limit of when I need to finish all of these projects by. So anyway, this is the progress of the sweater, and this is just the standard raglan. So this is my first raglan. And this is what it looks like so far. I have the first stitch markers right here on it. So this is the first sleeve that it would be, and this is the second sleeve that it would be. And I'm not sure exactly like what number of the row that I am on, but I am on the third phase of the increases, where I am at the 4 rows where it is the first regular increase, and then the second row you knit all around, and then the third row is just the 4 increase stitches total, and then the regular round of knit all around as the 4th row. And that's where I am at with this sweater. So this is what it looks like so far. I love the way it looks, and this is up close. This part right here, the top, should be the collar, so it should rest about like right here. It should rest easy. And I'm learning the terms, like how, when it means, when the stitches are with ease, how it means it's like with extra like not layer, but just extra material to let it rest, so it's not tightened up. It's with ease. You can move around your arms and you won't have to feel tightened up or anything. You can just move it around, and it is with ease. So I thought that was really cool when I learned that, because I remember I looked at a knitting pattern for the very first time when I was learning my how to knit a sweater, and I tried to learn by just reading a pattern without looking at a video. That was not a smart idea on my end, but that's okay, I still tried. And so I looked at the pattern and I was just like, why does it say with ease? So I'm following along with the video this time. And she is explaining very well about the term with ease, about the term of the German short row stitch, about just other things that go along with the knitting a sweater, and I am just very happy about this. And I have yet another work in progress that I have not been showing you guys because I have just been, I'll be honest, when it comes to my medications, it is not correct right now, because I have been going through a situation where it is every day, every morning, at least before even 12 o'clock, before the afternoon. By the morning time, I already feel anger, I already feel a mix of emotions, and I'm already on so much medication. So then I would, I just do what I go by default. I would take half a pill of Ativan because I am prescribed that. But my psychiatrist had recently increased one of my medications, the Invega, and that is for the purpose of stopping the intensity of these extreme emotions that I'm teeter-tottering on, also with the anger that I feel right away after I wake up. And it's not who I am, and I know that, and my doctor knows that. And so the increase of the Invega is not working, and I've increased by 1.5 milligrams, so that's a lot already, but it's not doing what it's supposed to be. That's not the type of medication that helps with that department, but it is a mood stabilizer. And so it's always a guessing game when it comes to when there's something wrong and the combination is not correct, and or after the body builds a tolerance of the combination. That's what happened for the longest time with the combination of medications I was on. And so after that, and it worked for a good year and a half, or maybe 2 years as well. And so, you know, something needs to be increased again, of course. And it will always be a guessing game, because with every 2 patients, no 2 combinations of medications are the same. And even with somebody with like the same exact description or diagnoses of what I have, they wouldn't be able to have the same prescription of medication that I would, and it would work for them, because that's just how unique this whole mental illness situation is. And even with other mental illnesses as well, you know, like ADHD, ADD, bipolar, you know, borderline personality disorder, you know, all other stuff like that too. But it's just being so familiar with the whole medication situation. I'm done suffering. I'm tired of suffering, I should say. Of course, I have no option but to take medication. A select few people in my life have seen what I have been through, what I've been like without medication, and it's not good. It is not good. So I am meant to be on medication, and I know that very well too. And it's something that it'll forever be a guessing game until I'm on the correct medication combination once again. And it is so tiring. It is so draining, because I am so tired of mentally suffering. Seriously, I am. But anyway, the secret project that I did not show you all. I may have showed you guys a while ago, but I have not been working on it in a long time. The progress has been slow, rather. So, a sock. The last time I showed you guys this as a sock was that it was with this yarn. It is a different yarn than this that I'm using right here. It is very red that it is showing you, even with this sock right here that I have been working in progress as, is also very red, but these are not the same yarns. I will show you the difference. See the difference? This is the strawberry, and then this is the, now see, I forgot what fruit this is, but that's okay. It's, I cannot remember, but I'll have it like somewhere right here and on a text or something. But this one right here is because I figured out what it was, and I know I mentioned it before in the last vlog, but I forgot yet again. And it was that, you know, red means stop, green means go, and then pink is okay, and this is what it is. It's like a hot pink, and it's a light pink, a soft pink, a lime green, and it's okay. These colors are good because green means go. And I just don't like how I keep forgetting things so easily, and it's frustrating. But I hope I do remember this time. But that is, oh yeah, I'll tell you guys more about this progress. So it is a sock. It is on the 4 DPNs. It is on 5 right now of the DPNs because I am working on a row currently. And I'm using my sock pattern because I am just excited to be using this pattern again. I loved how I created the pattern right away whenever I started making socks in the first place. And then, you know, this is what it looks like, and it's not supposed to be a triangle, it's just I'm in the middle of a row right now. But I am at the cuff section, or past the cuff section, but I'm near the ankle section, and then I need to do the heel flap right after that. And that is the update that I have so far. I actually, so for today's vlog, before I begin, I took apart all of the hats for the all-size hats. They're now into these cakes. again. I was having another bad day yesterday. I had like 3 mental breakdowns yesterday, but I'm not gonna let it overtake me. I will have a great day today. I will have a wonderful, happy day today. Anyway, so I made it further on the sweater. I guess it could be unisex, right? But I added yellow this time, and I am now at the part where I increase. Okay, so I'm still at the part where I increase 4 different rows, where I increase rows 2 and 4, and then regular. No, I increase rows 1 and 3, and then regular rows 2 and 4, but I have to do this a total of 12 times. So this is what it looks like. It's still cinched up on this 16, I can't remember if it's 16 or if it's 9-inch circulars. It's hard to remember if it's not labeled on here. I don't think it's labeled on the wood, but anyway. These are the smaller circulars. I think these are the 9-inch actually. I can't remember. But these are the smaller circulars, the ones that I started with the collar. I'm still working with these ones, and I know that these are 4.00 millimeter circular wooden circulars, and that I am still using a 4-weight worsted weight yarn. So I am now using the golden, I think it's called goldenrod or something like that, and it is still the Michael's cheapest yarn, but hey, I'm making do with the yarn that I can afford. So all is well. I am staying positive with everything that I can, with everything that I have. That's the best you can do, right? And so this is the shaping of it so far, and then these are the sleeve areas, and so I'm increasing more of the sleeve areas than I am with the body section itself. And like, you know, this is the front, this is the back, or whichever has the more stitches. And I see this little hole right here. I'll have to like do a little tiny sew in, a little bit of sewing to get this shut right here. See that hole? Yeah. Anyway, that's how far I am with the knitting, and I know that when it comes to what row I am on, this one right here, this marker at the very beginning is tucked in and all the others are not. So that's how I know that this is the beginning of each of my rows. And then as I continue to go along with the rows of this garment, is that I'm using 1-weight stitch markers. I don't have standard knitting stitch markers or crochet stitch markers, so I use yarn. And so this is what it looks like. And on the positive note, when it comes to my mental health, I was able to create an appointment tomorrow morning, and it'll probably be the day that let's see, I'll do another vlog entry, and then that'll be the day of my appointment, and then I might do editing after that. So I'll give you guys the details of how it went. And I want to add another color to that sweater, this orange, afterwards, after the yellow. And there's going to be a lot of colors to this sweater because I want it to grab the aspect of fall, the aspect of harvest. That's what I want it to do. And that is the project I have so far. And I do have these socks still, but I'm still at the same area that I am with the socks, where the 5 knitting needles are connected still. I only got a little bit farther, and it looks really good this way. It looks really beautiful. I like the way it looks, the smoothness, the texture of the sock pattern. It's really beautiful. The way it's shaped is giving me like a prism effect of like a interdimensional cube or something. It's really cool. But with this yarn right here and the green of the 1-pound version of the loops and threads that I have, I plan on making the same pattern of hats that I have made for the homeless hats and scarves. I also in the future plan on making scarves, but like a mesh type of way, and they will be wide, and they will be long, as a scarf should, right? But that is the update that I have for today. I have a progress moving forward with the sweater I have been knitting, and this is how it looks so far. I love the way it looks right now, how I have added the yellow and how the yellow has been, well, it's more like a gold, but just how the gold has been setting in with the rose as I move further along. And I'm still doing those intense increases. And now my circulars are on the, I believe, the 36-inch circulars with the 4.00 millimeter wooden. They're still wooden, yes. And I love the way that working with wooden circulars or just wooden knitting needles in general, because how it's not like this, whereas if I were to put two of these together, it would constantly clink against each other, and it's just annoying to the ears. And I love the way that the feel of this with the wood, how it's, of course, grounding when, you know, piece of wood. And I just love the way that this is turning out. And I can still, like, looking at the sweater, I can see how the collar is now more fitting for the collar area, because when I was working on the collar section, even in the beginning when I was still on the green section as well, I was looking at the collar area and I thought to myself continuously, oh, I'm not sure, I don't think it's gonna be able to fit over my head or any customer's head. And so I see it now that it's going to stretch very well, and I'm happy about that. Now, when it comes to the other thing that I have been knitting, I think it is safe to say that I am best knitting with 4-weight worsted weight yarn, not 1-weight, because I'm still stagnant with this yarn, but that's okay because I have an idea. I am getting a small version of the knitting machine, and it should arrive today. It was supposed to arrive yesterday on Monday, the 16th of September, because it was delayed due to weather. It was bad rain, and it was just bad rain, not really thunder. I mean, thunder would be awesome, but it's okay. But this is, you know, I'm still stagnant with this sock right here. So I still have this color. I still have the red color right here. I still also have a couple of other fruits, like banana and guava and just other fruits. It's over there in one of my cubbies in the yarn yarn cubby area. Just, yeah, so I have it in there, and I decided not to really use that for this idea anymore because it is just not the best yarn weight for me to work with my fingers and how they are, and just my mental state and everything. It's not best for me myself. I work strictly best with 4-weight yarn, and then for the knitting machine, I work best with 3-weight yarn. But I have an idea. I want to use this 1-weight yarn for the small knitting machine to make socks, and I have a great way to work with that. I have a way that I can make it as my own pattern. So once again, I took it off the ends, and I'm just going to unravel it once again, but that's okay because I have such a positive outlook when it comes to the idea of using this yarn on the smaller knitting machine. I think it's the 22-prong knitting machine, or needles as they would call it. It's just, yeah, anyway. But that is the knit update that I have for today. I know I went off the way I originally planned to when it comes to the goal of creating vlogs again. Like the last vlog, I was able to make it more popular how it is these days with crochet vlogs, but I'm having a hard time doing that and keeping up with that, so I'm just going with what is comfortable for my mental state and my mental sanity, and just the best I can do. So this is the crochet updates. I don't have a finished object when it comes to the crochet anything new lately, but I just decided to create a hat like this, and like the way, I believe if I've mentioned it before, I cannot remember, but the way that I created homeless hats and scarves when I donated over about 175 pairs total to the churches in the span of 2020 in that year, and then 2022 as well. And that pattern that I used for that, I'm just gonna make for just the hats. I'm halting on the idea of the scarves because I want to also just make a few things as well out of the yarn that I have right now. And I have other plans too, but I'm not going to mention it yet because I want to keep it in good spirits until it goes through completely. If you have made it this far in the video, please subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell so you are always notified of all the videos I create. Check out all of my social medias, my memberships such as Ko-Fi and Patreon, my social medias such as TikTok, Instagram, X, and also check out my Etsy where all of my listings are listed on, and that's where you can buy any of my items. And oh, I almost forgot. You can go ahead and end the video if you don't want to hear about the mental illness updates, but if you would like to hear about it, then continue to play the video, please. I have had my psychiatry appointment this morning, and he said that I'm basically stopping one of my medications today, and that I am, I gotta activate one of my prescriptions as soon as I am able to, because he is raising the Invega from 4.5 milligrams to 6 milligrams, and then for the first 7 days, if that doesn't work, then to add 3 more milligrams as well, and if needed to add another medication. So it's gonna be a bumpy one right now, a bumpy road, but it's gonna be okay. And that's everything. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later. Bye.